start with the allegations. The allegation is that that they were selling APE in 2020 and 2021 and into 2022 before it was officially securitized. That they were selling APE before its existence in violation of federal laws. What really was going on was that AMC had to backdate their financials. They had to retroactively include APE into their financials since APE existed. Because of that, those rules, which I believe they cite in the AMC 10K, it was ASC 505-20-25-4 is what they cited as the reason for needing to backdate their financials, because it was a reverse split, and under rules, if you do a reverse split, you have to backdate those financial statements that are presented in the 10K.
What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video, and the hits keep rolling in with these people. Listen, real quick, before I get into rather they sold APE shares in 2020 and 2021, let me clarify this. Corax was wrong. All right, it was an honest mistake. I don't think he actually meant to make the mistake and say that AMC had to backdate its financials because of a reverse stock split. It wasn't a reverse stock split. They had to adjust their financials to. It was to a 2-for-1 stock split. That at the time that this was happening, and AMC did what they did right here with their financial sheets and adjusting it, it was for the 2-for-1 split that AMC did when they created APE, and then APE became on our financial sheets, okay? So this is a small difference, but it's a big difference at the same time. Now, although that is true, that they had to adjust their financial sheets for a 2-for-1 split, all right, it was not counting for this particular diagram that they were explaining, okay? And I'm going to prove it to you that this is not representation of a 2-for-1 split adjustment in the filing, okay? Very simple. Go down to the bottom. September 26, 2022, Citigroup Global Markets, they sold 207 million shares of what? AMC Preferred Equity Unit. And they profited $228 million in profits from that at-the-market sale of the original APE. All right. First we had the split, then they had the first offering, then they had the second offering, which capped out a APE, and they had to do the reverse stock split, okay? But what's important to notice right here is notice where it says number of Class A common stocks sold. It's blank. Why? Because when they offered the at-the-money offering of APE, 207 million shares, and they profited $228 million, they didn't sell any AMC. So the spot there is blank. There is no adjusting of shit. It's blank. Why? Because they did not sell any AMC shares. All right? Now, that's common motherfucking sense. Now, how are you going to argue with me that these two columns are representative of a 2-for-1 reverse stock split when it reflects that they sold 200 million shares of APE in September of 2022 and no shares of AMC? If it was going to be reflective, it would have said 207 million shares sold in column A for the Class A stock as well. Let's move on up just a bit, okay? I want you to take notice of November 10th, 2020, all right? How many shares of AMC does it say that Riley and Goldman Sachs sold of our Class A common stock? 20 million. 20 million. Now let's take a look at the actual filing. Here's the prospectus. 20 million shares of AMC. We have entered into an equity distribution agreement with Goldman Sachs and B. Riley as our sales agent relating to the shares of Class A common stock, par value, what, blah, blah, blah. 20 million shares. All right, and if you scroll down, it tells you that the average price per share is $3.77. Well, let's do the math, okay? 20 million times, they sold them at an average of $3.77 a share, equals $75 million. And then you'll see right here, we will pay the sales agent a commission of 2.5 and so forth. And by the time the fees and commissions are done, it equals out to be roughly $61,400,000 after all the fees and commissions were paid that we made off this 20 million sale of AMC. All right, do you see that, people? All right, well, if you scroll on down a little bit further, you see January where it says we had a 50 million share sale. I remember that one. All right, let's take a look. 50 million shares. And if you go down and you see the average price that it was supposed to be and you times that by 50 million, you're going to get a total of somewhere around $244 million. All right, now, the last point is this. Notice that if these are the actual sales that AMC was doing, and I just showed you the prospectus for them, all right, at the same time they sold 15 million AMC, they sold 15 million APE. 15 million AMC, 15 million APE. 20 million AMC, 20 million APE. 50 million APE. All right, come down here to the bottom, no AMC, 207 million APE. There's no other way to consider this chart, people. If you got a column, if this has any numbers in it, it should have had these dashes in these places, unless they sold APE shares before it was created. Now, the next question is, who's got the $900 million fucking dollars? That's the question. That's what they owe shareholders, in my opinion. So with that, love y'all. Be blessed. And I hope this helped clarify the bullshit that they're talking. And Alan Jordan can prove they did sell APE shares before 2022. So with that, love y'all. Be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video.
It was a misunderstanding of what was going on in the 10K. They assumed because APE was being included for those past years that APE was being sold, when it wasn't.